sit down, I have to stop this discussion.
Maybe I want you to.
Do you?
It'd piss you off, that, wouldn't it? You'd have to go home and then come back again.
Jamie, if you do not sit...
So look, I fucking want to sit down! You do not tell me when to sit down! You do not control what I fucking... Look at me now! You do not control what I do in my life! Get that in that fucking little head of yours!
So for every time that I've seen this particular scene, I think that that's the scene that gave me the most chill in the movie, Adolescence. If you've seen this movie, you realize that this movie is not just a series. It is a mirror to what it is that parenting is about today. And I have, taken notes upon notes about this conversation. And today, I want to actually break it down for you. If you haven't seen this series, you need to go see it. Now, one of the things that have happened is that this series has reflected the raw, unfiltered reality of growing up in the world that our children are today. And one of the things that I see is that parents feel that they are outdated, they are no longer in the scene. Screens are now the ones that are raising the children, so our children get their behavior from what they are watching, what is happening, and emotions are now outsourced to algorithms. Now, the digital world is more real than you can ever imagine. That's the reality of most teenagers today. Now, if you look at this thing, you find out that they were in school, but yet everything happened online. Interesting. So they don't live in two worlds. They live online. They actually are not living, offline, and then they live. No. Everything they do is online. Number two, most parents have no idea who their children are. One of the things that shocked me was when the father walked up and said, no, it can't be him. But now, looking at this child in this particular video, and looking at the person who was lying on his bed, when they moved him to actually come and arrest him, you will actually really say, oh, wow, why are they being aggressive? Now, let me tell you one of the things that happened to me when I saw the first scene. I just turned to my husband and I said, why are they just harassing the boy? What if they were wrong? And then we started to analyze that part. It must have been that this was a murder case where they had evidence. And that's why they moved him the way they moved him, because they knew that this young man could be dangerous. His parents didn't know anything about him. Scary, right? Yes, it was scary to me. Being that I'm a mom of two teenagers who are 15, I was watching a 13-year-old do those things. It sent chills to my whole body. And a child's real, life, it's all online. They exist in group chats, they exist in private social media, and then anonymous platforms that they create in school and all of that. Parents only see the surface. They only see the version of the child that they want to see. And I say again, the hypocrisy that we were raised with, that's the millennials, is surfacing yet again in the people that we are raising. Why? Because it's something we haven't really dealt with. So our children are also still two-faced. Now, you go back to, the another part of it. Children confuse online rage for real activism. You find out that these days, a lot of children believe that posting a rant is equal to solving a problem. A lot of them believe that canceling someone is equal to justice. So for this guy now, that was justice. Justice was served. After all, the girls seem to have, dealt with him. So he felt, well, this is justice. And that's the way they actually view this world. Now, have we even talked about the fact that I heard these children talking about stepping out of their home at night, 10:30, 8, and I was wondering, where were their parents? We've gotten into the place and the world. It's possible that their parents weren't even back home from work when this thing happened. It's quite interesting to see children at 13, 14 say, no, they just stepped out. When that thing happened, they couldn't even account for the whereabouts of their son at that time of the day. Very disturbing. Another thing I noted is that attention is a new currency of love. Children don't want love. They want to be seen. That boy wasn't seen. Now, there's an overstimulated world. Whoever gives them the most attention wins. And that's rarely their parents. Social media, peers, all the attention is out there. The algorithm is like cocaine and it's stretching everybody. Validation is now more addictive than drugs. And that's what we're seeing now. The brain dopamine system now treats online validation like drug. That's what the brain has now gotten into. So, of course, You post a vulnerable story, everybody's loving it, you get flooded with support, you feel emotionally high, and repeat and rinse. That's it. So children are now self-diagnosing mental health issues because it brings belonging. Because when you come and say, well, I've been depressed for years, for days now, I've been going through a lot, boom, there's a belonging in it for you. Because there's a validation that is great. Now, very soon, AI is going to replace emotional human support. You know why? Because parents are now going to they are the back seat. Because when you talk to AI about how you're feeling, AI doesn't judge. It just tells you things. So right now, we are in the place where schools are teaching facts, yes, but social media is what is teaching identity. So all of these children were in school. But the identity of every single one of them was online. Very disturbing. So everything was about what happened online or what didn't happen online. So if you're not there, the child is left out. Little wonder. Children now clamor to actually be online by all means. Even when you say, you're not ready to be there, the child finds a way to actually be on that platform. Again, this conversation, bets beyond we're just seeing a movie. It is about what is happening today. In fact, I saw it, and then it's not even about your location. It is about all of us. The digital world actually became an equalizer for raising the generation Z and also the generation Alpha, and even the Beta, because it's become a global world. Whatever you saw in that movie is a reality of many children, many parents today. I always believe in solution. If we're going to do anything different, then we need to actually begin to sit and ask ourselves, who is at the altar of sacrifice? For all of these, we're busy, we do not have time. Our children on social media, it is good for them.